All right, welcome to Talkin' Investing. I am Tom, and as always, this is not financial advice. Today, I want to go through a company called HIVE Blockchain Technologies, stock ticker HIVE. These guys are a Bitcoin and Ethereum miner. So we go through Bitcoin and the Bitcoin miners quite a bit on this channel. So if you're new to the channel, please remember to subscribe and hit the notification bell. Also, everybody, please remember to smash the like button. It helps the channel out a lot, and we appreciate it. Feel free to drop a comment below, and you will see in our pinned comment, we have a link to our free Discord. So you can come on over and join us there as well. I want to talk about HIVE Blockchain because they put out their monthly operational update for the month of April. So once again, they had an excellent month. And so I want to go through that update and talk about some of the finer points. And then I'd like to also go through and look at their chart and talk about market cap and maybe look at some potential price predictions. For those of you who haven't seen it, we did get a chance on the channel. I got a chance to sit down with Frank and Aiden, and they are the chairman and the president and chief operating officer of HIVE. They gave us a very extensive interview. They were very candid with their answers. I thought they were very forthcoming, so they did a great job. If you have not seen that interview, you might want to check that out on the channel. Okay, so with that said, let's look at HIVE's monthly update. HIVE Blockchain provides April 2022 production update, May 4th, 2022. I'm going to skip right to their April 22 production figures. And HIVE mines both Bitcoin and Ethereum. So I'm going to go through their pure Bitcoin numbers, and then later in this report, they provide us a Bitcoin equivalent, which includes all of their Ethereum mining as well. So those are the numbers that are more comparative across companies throughout this industry. So I'd like to go through those as well. So we'll do both. They have an ever-growing Bitcoin business, and as you may or may not know, they have made a deal with Intel to buy their new ASIC chips. So they do plan on continuing to grow the Bitcoin portion of this business. And later they give us some more specifics on forecasted hash rate and that kind of stuff. All right, so straight Bitcoin production, they did 268.8 Bitcoin produced, 2.0 exahash of Bitcoin mining capacity at the beginning of April, and then they say they increased that to 2.15 exahash Bitcoin mining capacity at the end of April. Then they go through and say 2,537 Ethereum produced, 6.1 terahash of Ethereum mining capacity at the beginning of April, increased to 6.26 terahash of Ethereum mining capacity at the end of April. So they increased their capacity in both. A larger and larger percent of what they do will become straight Bitcoin mining. Okay, Frank Holmes, executive chairman of HIVE, stated, "We are very pleased to report HIVE has continued its strong momentum in hashing power expansion. Notably, our Bitcoin mining hash power grew by 8% this month through ongoing optimizations and electrical upgrades. In April, we averaged producing an average of 9.0 Bitcoin per day." Now remember, this is just their Bitcoin production. This is not their total Bitcoin equivalent production, including the Ethereum that they mine. So he goes on to say, "We are pleased to note that as of today, we are producing approximately 9.2 Bitcoin a day, even after the recent difficulty increase of 5.5%. So Aiden goes on to say, "We continue to strive for operational excellence, ensuring that we scale our hash rate as a company. We also optimize our uptime to ensure ideal Bitcoin and Ethereum output figures." So this is one of the things about HIVE, and they pride themselves. In their interview, they talked about how basically they have a 4 a.m. conference call every single day to go through all of their operations, where all their machines are at, what percent capacity they're running at, what efficiency level they're running at. So they strive for maximum efficiency. They have been a leader in efficiency with mining. So in other words, they are mining more Bitcoin per exahash than any of their other competitors in the space right now. There are several close behind, but HIVE continues to be a leader in efficiency, and that is a big focus at their company. Okay, so let's get to their monthly totals. The company's total Bitcoin equivalent production in April 2022 was 458 Bitcoin equivalent produced. That is an all-time record for HIVE, breaking last month's all-time record. 15.3 Bitcoin equivalent produced per day on average, and then 3.4 exahash of Bitcoin equivalent hash rate as of April 30th. So as I always do on these monthly updates, I'd like to compare this April update to the March update, because one of the things that is critical to see inside of this industry is, do we have sequential growth month over month? This industry is growing rapidly, so we like to see that month over month growth and see that these companies are making progress. So I'm going to take a quick peek at last month's, which was the March update. Okay, the company's total Bitcoin equivalent production in March of 2022 was 447. So you can see they went from 447.4 to 458. So that is an increase. They went from 14.4 Bitcoin per day to 15.3 Bitcoin per day. So that's almost one extra Bitcoin per day. And remember, the month of April has one less day than the month of March. So if you're doing the math, that's what the difference is. And then they had 3.3 exahash in March, and they upped that to 3.4 exahash in April. Can't really complain when a company sets their all-time record for mining. So Hive has done that back-to-back months with 458. It is safe to assume at this point that this will put them in third place for Bitcoin mined in the month of April. Okay, they then go on to give us a little bit of an update in their future growth here. Successful green energy scaling through supply disruptions. Hive is pleased to provide a market update on the company's growth plans for the year ahead. The company will be at 6.2 exahash BTC equivalent hash rate in 1 year based on the contracted monthly deliveries of ASIC and GPU hardware with deposits in place. So these aren't just on the machines, they've already purchase ordered and they have deposits in place. So that is up from the 3.4 exahash right now. Over the next year, they plan to get to 6.2 exahash. So again, very nice growth already planned and purchase ordered over the course of the next year. A lot of these Bitcoin mining companies in North America have very big growth plans over the next 12 months. So it's key for each one of these that they keep growing because the difficulty level on the network will continue to increase as all the North American miners ramp up. Okay, they finished up by saying, as it pertains to rapidly scaling, Hive has endeavored to first find sources of renewable green energy before buying large allocations of GPUs or ASIC miners in an effort to maximize our efficiencies and generate robust returns on invested capital. So, without mentioning any names, there are some other companies that are getting machines and they really don't have anywhere to plug them in, or they don't have anywhere green to plug them in. So Hive has been dedicated. They say they are 100% clean energy. Basically, under About Hive, they say Hive owns state-of-the-art green energy-powered data center facilities in Canada, Sweden, and Iceland, where we source only green energy to mine on the cloud and hodl both Ethereum and Bitcoin. So as of right now, all of their hash rate plus the future hash rate that they have purchase ordered up to 6.2 exahash is green energy. Okay, let's take a quick look at where Hive is from a stock price and market cap standpoint. All of the Bitcoin miners have been beaten down pretty badly over the course of the year 2022. They all peaked back in November, early November 2021, and it's been all downhill since then. So Hive is no exception to that. They closed the day at $1.60, up about 6% on the day. However, if you look, you will see they hit their 52-week low today. This has been a trend among these Bitcoin mining stocks. However, today was an unusual day. All of the Bitcoin miners opened up down and they were having red days, and there was a dramatic turnaround. So Hive went from setting their 52-week low to ending up 6% on the day. I do feel this is a bit of a turning point for the Bitcoin miners. So again, this is not financial advice. That's just my personal opinion. But I see a lot of signs pointing towards the fact that we have hit a bottom. We've been bouncing along the bottom, and perhaps it is time for these to start moving in an upward direction. And I want to look at the market cap. Their market cap is $655 million. Now remember, they did 458 BTC equivalents. If we look at their market cap since they listed on the NASDAQ, you'll see they reached an all-time high here on November 8th, which is approximately when Bitcoin hit its all-time high. So their market cap was $1.89 billion. If we go back and look, they're now at $655 million. So that's almost 1/3 the market cap that they were 6 months ago. This has been prevalent throughout the Bitcoin mining industry. But once again, I will say, this is a much bigger company than it was 6 months ago. Although the price of Bitcoin is down, when we go to the chart, you'll see it is not down anywhere near what the price of this stock is down. And again, this does not have to do with dilution, I like to point out, because a lot of people think these stock prices go down because they just keep issuing more stock. But we just looked at market cap. So the actual total market cap of this company has been cut almost into 1/3. In a period of time where they've grown significantly. So let's take a look at the chart. I'm going to do some big picture first. This is Hive's chart on the 1-day time frame. So from this all-time high that they set 6 months ago to where they closed today, HIVE is down 71%. So that kind of corresponds with what we saw in market cap. This has just been a massive, massive sell-off of this stock and really all the Bitcoin mining stocks. Now, again, today seemed to be a bit of a turnaround, but obviously it's way too premature to call a bottom. You can see on this scale, HIVE has been bouncing off of their bottom at this line of support somewhere around $1.50 versus the 3 or 4 months before that, which was basically activity down in a straight line. So for several other reasons, I do feel optimistic that we are going to bounce off of the bottom and have a nice run up from here. However, not financial advice. I don't know the future. You guys know with Bitcoin, tomorrow is always a surprise. I want to zoom in a little bit and look at some potential price targets. Okay, the first one is basically if we go from where HIVE is trading today, just back to where it was trading 1 month ago on March 29th. So that's just a few days past 1 month ago. That would be over a 46% increase in the price of their stock. So I would expect that HIVE would get back to that. I think that's an extremely realistic short-term price target. But let's go a little further. If we go back to December 27th, so that's essentially a little bit over 4 months ago, you can see HIVE was trading over $3. So to get back to that price, the price of HIVE stock would increase 95%. So this is a little longer term time frame. You know, this is maybe by the end of the year type of stuff, in my opinion. And again, this would be contingent on just Bitcoin getting healthy and heading back up into the $50,000 range, in my opinion. I do not believe it has to take out its all-time high and set new records. If it can get healthy back into the low 50,000s, I think based on the massive amount of growth that HIVE has had as a company, this is a very realistic price target. And you can see this is nowhere near their 52-week high. Okay, and the last price target I have is back on December 3rd. December 3rd was the Bitcoin flash crash, so prior to that, Bitcoin was trading at around $52,000. So if Bitcoin can just get a little bit healthy, I also think this is a very realistic price target. This would be a 117% increase. To me, that would be maybe a year-end potential price target. And again, please, none of this is financial advice. Do your own due diligence. You can see, looking at this chart, there have been massive, massive swings. This stock's down 70% over the last 6 months. So as always, I'd like to just warn everybody, the Bitcoin mining stocks are extremely volatile, so please be careful. All right, that's my monthly HIVE update, so thanks so much for watching. If you made it this far, please remember to subscribe to the channel and do us a big favor and smash the like button. Thanks again so much for watching, and we will see you in the next video.